Jim Byland was born in 1947 in Kirksville, Missouri, to James T. and Betty Byland, and was the oldest of three sons. Elizabeth, Liz, grew up nearby in Novinger, Missouri on a family farm, the youngest of Jack and Catherine Billington's three children. She learned firsthand the true meaning of hard work from her German-born grandparents. Caring for livestock, harvesting crops, and maintaining the family farm alongside her siblings taught Liz the meaning of teamwork. She realized early how each individual plays into the success of any organization. At an early age, Jim excelled at athletics. He was a 4-year starter for basketball teams, scoring over 1,000 points during his high school career. In the fall of 1963, Jim came to Moberly Junior College to play under legendary head coach Cotton Fitzsimmons and was on the back-to-back national championship teams of 1966 and 1967. After graduating from MJC in 1967, he transferred to the University of Texas at Austin and graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in 1969. He came back to Northern Missouri and was the head coach at Cairo, Missouri. John Cochran, a former Cairo Bearcat and Greyhound and current vice president of MACC's Board of Trustees, remembers this: "Jim Byland will always be Coach Byland to me, as he was my high school basketball coach. I was one of the lucky kids that he made such a positive impression on, and that impression has lasted my entire life. To this day, I think back to some of the things that Coach taught me, not only about basketball, but mostly about life." After Cairo, Jim went to Northeast Missouri State University as a graduate assistant and earned his master's degree in 1972. To say that basketball has been a significant factor in both their lives is a huge understatement. In fact, Liz and Jim even met on the basketball court while Jim was officiating one of her high school games. The Bylands got married in 1972 and Liz attended Moberly Junior College, working for Charlie Spoonhour, then Greyhound head coach. Jim was hired at nearby Salisbury, Missouri, as the head coach of the Panthers for 2 seasons until he went to the Jefferson City Jays basketball program as an assistant coach. It was during the 70s, while settled in Jefferson City, that they started a family, with Jay born in 1974 and Katie in 1977. They're shown here on the lap of Liz's grandmother, Lillian Swisher, and later with 4 generations of strong women. Liz began her professional career as a receptionist at United Telephone. In 1979, Jim was hired as a head coach at Eldon High School for 4 years and returned to Jefferson City in 1983, this time as head coach. He remained at the helm of the Jays basketball program for 10 years, ending with a state championship in 1993 and a winning percentage of 78%. Liz quickly ascended the ranks of her career, earning her Bachelor of Science degree in 1987. With unique skills and dogged intensity, completing jobs quickly and efficiently, she caught the eye of her supervisors, quickly moving through various management positions. By the early 1990s, she began to reach the pinnacle of her career as a highly respected executive within Sprint. She expertly guided sales, technical, and service organizations that helped position Sprint as a viable rival to the established prowess of AT&T and MCI. She rubbed elbows with some familiar faces, traveled to some amazing places, and enjoyed some thrilling opportunities along the way. Liz reflects that as a wife and mother, it was tough combining marriage and family with a career, and she gives credit to Jim and her mother who lived with them for the incredible support during those busy years. In 2000, she earned an MBA from the University of Missouri Kansas City's Henry W. Block School of Management, the same day her son Jay received his master's degree. Jim's career took the family to Florida in 1993, where he was hired as a head coach for Trinity Prep in Orlando. Next came a move to Buckeye Valley in Columbus, Ohio, and then back to Missouri for 2 years at Park Hill High School in Kansas City. Jim retired from coaching in 1998. He was a unanimous selection to the Missouri Basketball Hall of Fame, based not only on his coaching accomplishments, but his contribution to the game of basketball. Jim's coaching results included 10 appearances at the Missouri State Basketball Tournament, one for each of the 4 school classifications. He was named 4A Basketball Coach of the Year in 1989 and again in 1993, as well as the 4A Basketball Coach of the Year in 1988. He was a founding member of the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association, a charter member of the Missouri Basketball Hall of Fame's Board of Directors, as well as a district commissioner for the Show Me State Games basketball division. Liz retired from Sprint after 30 years of exciting challenges. She and Jim moved to the Lake of the Ozarks and now reside at the club at Old Kinderhook. Liz embarked on a second career as a financial advisor with esteemed financial group A.G. Edwards. Her desire to help individuals achieve their goals and dreams is evident through her daily interactions with clients and engaging staff. The Bylands are founding members of the course at Old Kinderhook, and Jim serves on the board of directors for the Missouri Golf Association and as a rules official. He's always eager to organize a competitive game of golf with friends and is happy to host them afterward with food and drink at his house. Jay and Katie are now grown and married with families of their own. Jay and his wife Tammy have a son Elijah and daughter Sarai. Katie and her husband Brian McGraw are parents of daughter Mia and son Bubba. The young ones keep their grandparents on their toes, and Jim's still coaching, but it's just the grandkids now. In 2006, Jim and Liz started a lasting legacy for the MACC Greyhound program by creating the Byland Family Scholarship. Pat Smith, current head coach for the Greyhound, says, "Jim and Liz are such great supporters and boosters of our athletic program. Their scholarship is a tremendous asset. By combining Jim's long history at MJC with Coach Fitzsimmons, the two national championship teams, along with his storied career as a winning high school coach, and then factor in their valuable donations to MACC over the last 15 years, it all adds up to making them excellent choices for this award." John Cochran agrees, adding, "Coach and Liz are such great friends of MACC and the Greyhound program. They still travel to Moberly, sometimes during some cold winter weather, to attend Greyhound games." Jim has also returned for past Greyhound reunions. Former teammates gathered in 2002 and more recently in 2016 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 66th National Championship. Here are Jim and Jay pictured alongside Jim Lucian at that reunion. It's safe to say that the Bylands make a good team on and off the court, and Liz laughs that Jim's now been married to his first wife for 49 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us as we honor outstanding alumni, Jim and Elizabeth Byland.